Luke, not bad game, was it?
What was it? A little bit close towards the end, but yeah, it was great win to get out over Munster, so I was really happy.
And the first team to beat one of the top three this season so far. You didn't leave us out, didn't you?
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take anything, love, to be honest. So anyway, Luke Morgan. Sorry, I'm just going to give people an Alan Jones line. Bit of a rest today, was it?
Yeah, I think I had a bit of a golden ticket for this weekend. Got pretty good that I did though, but yeah, I think it's played quite a lot of minutes in the past few games, so I think the body probably needed it, to be honest, just recharge and ready for the next few games coming up. But yeah, a little bit gutted in second half.
And shame we haven't got a game next week, we'll carry on the momentum.
Well, no, exactly, take the Treviso game as well, so obviously, took a lot of confidence from that last week, obviously the win tonight now, so it is times like this, we do wish we had a couple more run of games, but yeah, like I say, we'll recharge batteries and come back firing.
Yeah. And unlike Munster, who needs their internationals?
Exactly.
Alright. So, Luke, I'm going to ask you a little bit about your sevens. So, you played a lot of sevens. We've got a lady here who followed a lot of sevens. You may have heard her in the crowd going, get off him, he's only 19 when you were young. He's 7 stone. We made him through, Kathy was there. Honestly, she was... And when you signed for us, to say she was a little bit excited, not being honest, it wasn't the menopause, it was just excitement. So, I'm going to ask you about sevens. Do you think that the WRU need to get their act together and either support the sevens with a proper Welsh team or knock it on the head?
100%. Yeah, 100% they need to, work on a structure that are going to go forward with it. You think of all the players that have come through it, like including myself, it's two lists is too long to name. But it's a huge stepping stone for, the younger boys coming through and to develop your game. It's a different game, but you get your fitness, you get your skill level up. So yeah, obviously, there's Commonwealth Games coming up next year in 22, so I think there's definitely something that we've got to pull the finger out and try and get a structured programme ready for it. So.
Yeah, and teams like I suppose Fiji show that when you've got a consistent squad, you can do things, can't you?
Yeah. Exactly.
You're not in for this old combined GB squad then?
Well, not at all. I did get a bit asked to go for the Olympics, but they just wanted me to go away from the 15th game for too long, so it didn't work out.
So they've got a jab, put it back. Yeah, it's very good. So, I'm going to ask you a little bit about your Ospreys career. What's been the highlight of your career to date? Obviously not talking to me tonight, but
a couple of good games, away games, first games, stuff like that. One that always sticks in my head is when we played Scarlets, I think it was Boxing Day or Christmas time, and we beat the Scarlets. That was always a good game for me.
Always.
So I was trying it, so yeah, it's always nice to have one.
You played for Glenn,
I have, yeah.
And you put the other right back in.
But yeah, probably the Scarlets game we played about 2 seasons ago. That's when we won the 6 in the year.
Well, we always like beating the Scarlets, Unfortunately, you're not going to do a bit of Christmas stuff in this year, but maybe we'll just tame a dragon instead. So thinking about rugby itself, what's the hardest thing about being a rugby player to deal with? Rugby player, sorry, put my teeth in.
Pain.
Sorry? Pain. The pain.
I don't know, it's probably all the unseen work. Like I say, some people just see the outside picture, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into the boys. The boys take the batter week in, week out. It is a lot of the mental pressure as well sometimes. Criticism you get sometimes, it's the whole package, right? I know you've got to deal with it, but yeah, I suppose it's all the unseen work that a lot of players put in sometimes and stuff like that.
I'm thinking about when you go away, who's the worst roommate to have?
There's a couple. Probably a couple of the snorers. Matthew's known to be a very, very deep snorer. I think a couple of heavier boys that lie in the back of it too much and definitely high snorers. So,
throw them over.
I tried.
Asking. So, like I said, you've got a few weeks rest now. Europe coming up. Looking forward to wearing that amazing jersey.
Amazing, but the Ospreys jersey is always special. But,
it's special, yeah.
It's out there a bit, but not too sure where they're going to come.
Well, listen, I think if they went for hockey, and we hope it's camouflage, we can't see us. But, you know, doing it. Luke, thank you very much for coming over this evening. Really appreciate your time. Put your hands together for Luke Morgan, everyone. Thank you. Now I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Mr. Colin.
Now then, I've been reading up a little bit about you. From Gowerton, apparently.
Well, I like it, isn't it?
Oh, that's all right then. That's something in your bloody favour for a start. Well, I looked a little bit about you and I couldn't find anything to say where you went to school. So I'm concluding that you didn't go to school.
I did actually, believe it or not. Yeah,
Where did you
a bit
go?
dull, but Gowerton, so.
Oh, you went to Gowerton, did you? Oh, yeah. Good rugby academy, that, no?
Yeah, there's been a few of us to come through, so
Yeah. And I also read that I think it was on BBC Sport website, not that I read BBC I Love Cardiff website, but I did happen to look on there, and it said that you were tipped to be the next Alan Wynne-Jones. Or if you prefer, you are tipped to take over from God when he steps down. Is this true?
I don't think that'll be true. I don't think.
Well, that's what it said, Pat. I'm going to tell you what it said. Now then, I also know that your links to the divine don't end with Alan Wynne-Jones. I think you share a birthday with somebody quite famous, don't you? Tell the people who you share a birthday with.
Yeah, some birthdays on Christmas Day.
So he actually shares a birthday. Jesus. Anyway, he shares a birthday with God. So, is that where the nativity story, is that where the parallels end? So I tell you what, it must be quite good for the people of Gowerton, I'm an ally, because obviously they missed out with Jesus, because he couldn't be born in Gowerton, because they couldn't find 3 wise men, could they? And they didn't even bother looking for a virgin, but there we are. Right, so that's all. I'm going to tell you what I read this all. Now then, apparently you started your rugby with Gowerton. That's right. If you talk in the mic, they can hear you.
Yeah, well, I started with uniform bin, but then we folded down.
Oh, I say, oh. Do you have to turn up for training in tux? No, okay. Right, apparently now, I think I'm right in assuming that you started off with, as you said, 4B in Gowerton, and then you went into the Ospreys age grades?
Yeah? Played all the way through age grade, then the 16s, and then seniors now, so yeah.
You captained as well, didn't you? And you captained the Ospreys under 18s, I think it was, the year that they won the Welsh Regional Championship. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Give them a clap for that. And I believe that after that, you had your first professional contract. And was it 2021 you signed a 2-year deal?
Yeah.
Give him a clap for signing a 2-year deal. Keeping in the region. Excellent. Just a few questions, because I have gone on a little bit. Don't laugh. Now, first question, I think I'm right in saying this, but you are probably the only player from Gowerton that's gone on to represent your Ospreys in the senior side. Would you happen to know if that's true?
Don't know if that's true or not.
Well, I'm pretty certain, unless somebody knows differently, that that's a fact. That you are the... There've been several from Manala, but you were the only one from Gowerton. Right. The other question I want to ask you, when I was reading up the bios about you, most of them said that you were a lock. So where do you see your future? In what position?
I don't know, it's really cliche to say, but like as long as you're picked, I really don't mind. But I have enjoyed back row. It's just a bit easier than off. You don't have to push as hard in the scrum, so it's not too bad.
And you retain your good looks a lot longer, don't you? Yeah. Right. The other question I wanted to ask you was as you were growing up, you know, coming through rugby at different levels. A bit quiet at the back there. Yo! Right. What was I saying? Who would you say was a really good influence on you?
I think I've been lucky to have like the players we have in Ospreys, like Alan Wynne, Tips, the best people in the positions in the world. So anyone like that, and then younger again, like Beardy and stuff like that, who have gone through the same path as me, just taught me like.
Did you come through the pathways with Alan Beard or?
No, he's 2 years older.
He's 2 years older, is he? And my last question, I promise, is who's the worst person in the Osprey squad to share a room with, in your experience?
Reece Henry, probably.
Oh. Everybody say, ah! Why is that then?
Shedding hair everywhere. I don't know, he's probably saying the same thing about me, but I lived with him for a couple of years. And,
quite justified. I've got to be honest, when we find out which players are coming over, Nettie and myself, we choose one to interview. And I'm so glad that she chose Luke Morgan, because I thought to myself, if I upset one of them now, if I've got Luke Morgan, I'll never catch him. I got more of a catch if he runs off. I got more of a chance catching you. So, thank you for coming over. Lovely, and hopefully, all right, that's too easy. Hopefully, we have a chance to add you to in the future sometime. Right. Big round of applause. Thank you.